Everyone, this is DearMamaSal again, and I'm not sure if you agree with me, but I think variety makes things easier. I'll tell you how it applies to downsizing. Well, hi everyone, and if you look carefully on the ground, you'll see, or not all of the ground, but some of the ground, you'll see that we had another little bit of snow last night. Little being the operative word, there wasn't very much of it. And so the roads are pretty clear, but I'm also aware that they could be pretty dangerous. Alright, so I wanted to let you know about variety. One of the things I've noticed downsizing is it's very easy to get bored very quickly. And so I now no longer sort of force myself to finish any one thing. What I do is I do one thing until it starts getting boring, and then I move on to the next thing. Now, this doesn't sound like it's a good plan until I tell you that yesterday, just because I was struggling with the one thing, I ended up nearly totally cleaning out a whole closet cupboard. I think I did over half yesterday. Now, I didn't even have it planned to even start on that, but to have emptied out over half of it already, that was, you know, pretty clever. And that included painting boxes and relabeling them and, you know, getting them ready to put away. I was pretty impressed. So there's a lot to be said for not pushing yourself so that you go, oh, what the heck, you know, and just you throw it all in again. No, this is called, okay, you don't have to finish it. Just do a pile. And I don't know about you guys, but I have got boxes full of papers I couldn't be bothered to file. I wonder if any of you relate to that. And now, of course, I'm paying the price for it. But here's the good news. They've been there for so long that the chances are nearly everything that's there is now garbage. In other words, it no longer has any value. Maybe it was a manual for something. I've just seen a car that looks like a stormtrooper. I don't think I can catch up to it, but never mind. I don't know who designed it, but they designed it like the stormtrooper helmet. It's so cute. It's turning off, unfortunately, so I can't overtake it so you can see it in the rear view mirror. Maybe you can. No, don't turn yet, don't turn yet. Have a look to my left. No, can't see it. Okay. It was really cute. So yes, the thing is that, you know, a lot of it, for example, it's a manual for something and I just tucked it into a box. Well, now with any luck, whatever it was that I bought that I had the manual for, two things. Number one, it's probably expired in value. You know what I mean? When I'm saying expired in value, I've probably replaced it since then. Or the other thing is this, who needs manuals anymore when we have the internet, right? You can pick up the manual anytime you want it. So why am I keeping manuals anymore? I don't think I need them. Now, except for equipment that belongs to the house. For example, I need the manuals for my stove and for my freezer and stuff. And I keep those in my kitchen anyway. And I will make sure that they are freely available when I leave. You know. Anyway, so the whole thing about the variety is that to sit and work through papers is mind-numbingly boring for me. Now, I know those of you who are organized, this isn't mind-numbingly boring for you because it's all organized anyway. So, like everything else that I'm doing, I literally put it into categories. Yeah, I think I need it. I'm not sure I need it, and definitely don't need it. Now, the interesting thing is you're saying, why have the middle one? Well, the middle one could be that I need to check with somebody first. In other words, if it's to do with accounts, do I still need those accounts? Or can I huck those now? Right? You saw that I have some accounts left over, for example, from 2009. I'm pretty sure I can huck those now. But that means I've got to shred them. And by the way, if you remember, I'm just, every time I pass the shredding box, I just throw a few more into my shredding machine. That's how I'm doing it, right? Variety. Not sitting there for 3 hours shredding paper. How boring is that? Mind-numbing. So the thing that I was doing was sorting out stuff while I was watching the Olympics or while I was watching something else, and I've decided no. You know, when I have finished for the night, I've finished. I don't want to be... I want to relax now. And that's part of the variety, if that makes sense to you, in as much as I look forward to the fact that, okay, I've finished now. And yet, I find that I don't finish. You know, every time I get up and go to the kitchen, I'm moving something or packing something quickly or painting another box or doing something like that. So it's quite interesting. So, there's the thing, variety. For those of you struggling with a bit of overwhelm with whatever it is you're trying to clean, the chances are you're trying to do too much, and that's what I found, is that if you try to do too much, you actually become less productive. I had said to myself, I only need to do 2 to 3 hours a day. I'm probably doing that, but it doesn't feel like that. I'm maybe even doing more than that, but it doesn't feel like that because I'm not doing anything for any length of time. I just happen to, okay, fine, I'm moving here, I'm moving there. Let me just sort out a few more of these while I'm here, and then I go to the kitchen and let me just sort out, you know, paint another box end and label it. You know, it's none of it is what I call becoming a pain. Now, I understand that I have the advantage of being retired and my days are pretty much my own. But you will also remember that I've been struggling with some serious fatigue as well. So that is why I am trying not to overdo it and overstress myself, because I don't want to get sick now. That is not what I need. However, balance is what I'm working on. Make sense? And variety is part of the balance. All right, everybody, hope that made some sense. This is DearMamaSal saying, downsizing, as I probably have said before, is pretty traumatic stuff because there is so much that you have to make decisions on. And for those of us who have so much attachment to things, and it's very, very difficult. Very difficult indeed. But, you know, don't do too much at any one time. You know, pack away a couple of photographs that you've got. You know, get rid of a couple. Pack away a couple of good vases, throw away a couple, or don't throw them away, put them in the recycle or the donation bin for other people. You know, little bits, not a big bit, do little bits. This is DearMamaSal saying, remember to look after one another, but like me, at the moment, please remember to look after yourself. Bye-bye for now.